Hello. All right. It is live, from what I can tell. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Well, there's no one here right now, so viewers after the fact, how are you all doing? Trying to get my camera in position here. Alrighty. Alright, got my stream health up so I can see how it's doing. Need to make sure this is in focus. Alrighty. Looks all set. Oh no, that's not good. My bit rate's really low for some reason. What's going on? Why is my bit rate so low? Okay. Well, it's stabilized now, so fingers crossed it stays that way. I don't know what else to say.
Are there people watching?
Huh?
Do you have viewers?
Not currently. What's up? I just started. But I talk as if I have viewers all the time in case I don't notice that I have viewers, and also after the fact, people can watch the video and I can have viewers later. It'd be helpful if I could actually see my reference, though. There we go. Alrighty. Anyways, alright. I don't need that. There we go. Okay. And just when I think I have everything set up, there's one thing here or there that I need to address. So, the plan today is to obviously work on this painting. It'd be great to finish it. But I need to make some corrections because, um, yeah, some things kind of got away from me, which is very normal. It's in my process at least. There's very much a back and forth. Like I start, I paint things in, and then I mess it up, and then I have to correct and go back and forth. That's why I don't worry too much about getting everything right, first time I put it down. If I was painting from a live model, I would probably um, try to get everything right from the get go, probably a little more. Um, but I'm not. I think you have to adjust your um, personally, at least, I feel like I have to adjust my approach depending on the scenario in which I'm painting. Some people don't, I'm sure, but you know, I know that my time limit is very different. Working from home versus working from a model, like a live model. Um, so, and there's other differences that you have to be aware of. Okay, well, I'm dropping stuff. That's great. All right. Should all be dry, unfortunately. Yep. All right, so start by oiling out. Gonna need more medium for that. For oiling out, my go-to is oleo gel. I mentioned that before, but I don't mind mentioning it again. Can't tell if I got everything. No, I did not. All right, I think that's the majority of it. And I was wrong. This paint's a little wet over there. That's funny. Yeah, I am not doing a good job with my space today. Alrighty. We're almost already. Second there. Yeah, alrighty. Oh, let's clean up a little first. Okay, I didn't realize this was all dry. Crap. Yeah, time got away from me this week. So I didn't realize how long I'd left my palette out. Definitely not the best practice to be doing. Try to be better about it, but you know, don't always succeed. So, oh well, it happens. And sometimes, you know, life, work, health, all those things just kind of get in the way. I hope that screeching sound is not being carried over into the mic. It's very unpleasant. Very much nails on a chalkboard. To hell with it. All right. Now to start over. I'm gonna need my paint to start over though. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Now, get the do over a bit and start over. So yeah, right now all I'm doing is it's very I think it's very obvious, but I'm just going in and correcting, certain things. Shifted a little as I was painting and moved around. The edges, it's mostly just edges, like, you know, this color bled into this a little and pushed it too far so the edge got lost or moved, stuff like that. Not much, though. A lot of this is very small shifts, and some of it doesn't matter much. Like, you know, if some things really don't matter, if it's a millimeter here or a millimeter there, doesn't affect anything other than the accuracy to the reference, which is inconsequential if it doesn't affect the painting in any way. Because I'm not striving for accuracy of the reference. I'm striving for a good painting. Michelle is being very sweet and posting everywhere that I'm live, which is nice. I appreciate that. Some of these mistakes were, I want to say intentional, but that's not entirely true. They were um, sort of intentional. I like I knew that I was messing up this edge, and I knew I'd come back and paint it in, but I'm also okay with it being a bit fuzzy, so it's not a big deal. But some things are not intentional. Hi, Michelle. Thank you very much for uh, sharing with everybody. I appreciate it. I got a notification that you posted on Facebook and all that. And yeah, like Michelle posted, anyone who, you know, everyone's welcome to log in and join in on chat. Questions are always welcome. If you have any, happy to talk. Painting, happy to answer technique or whatever questions. If I know the answer, happy to answer. Tell people they can log into YouTube so they can chat with you in the comments. Yes, like Michelle said, you have to log into YouTube to be able to chat in the live chat. Um, I keep assuming everybody knows that, but I guess maybe not. I think it's so funny watching the view count. Keeps like bouncing around. There'll be like someone will come in. I just imagine someone coming in like seeing it and being like, ah, I'm not. This isn't interesting, and just clicking away. I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe I'm making a mistake streaming on YouTube. I think I might go back to Twitch and then what's it called? Try and upload the VODs later onto YouTube. I don't know. I feel like YouTube does not do live streaming well, even though its technical capabilities are actually better. Like I think you can get better bitrate and everything, like higher quality video. But yeah, I don't know. Stream bit. I don't know what's going on. My internet's. I feel like my internet's crap today. I keep getting bitrate drops. I don't know why. Hopefully this everything looks all right now. It looks like it bounced back, but I guess we'll see. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you telling everyone to, uh, thanking everyone for the support uh, and telling everyone to log in and hang out and chat. And my bitrate keeps. What is going on today? I don't think it's my computer because, like, this is not exactly taxing on my computer. We'll see. Seeing some of the stuff I'm trying to see here is so hard sometimes. Like trying to see um, where the differences are, where things have moved a little. It's very difficult sometimes. Like the differences sometimes are so small. Although some of this stuff is small because it's in the right place, which is always nice. I notice that facial features often have a have a lot of tendency to drift because it's such a minor unless I'm doing a big portrait, all it takes is like a couple millimeters and it's in the wrong place. Well, enough of the wrong place to make it needing a change. Hi, Dresden. My baby boy. The real star of the show has arrived. Hi, little boy. Oh, yeah. He just lays down at my feet because he wants me to pet him. Oh, baby boy. Yeah. Oh, doesn't exactly love being pet and held at the same time. Like he enjoys it, but he he'll tolerate it for a short amount of time. Yeah. Oh, you like that. Oh, but you want to get down now? I can't go on the floor and pet you right now though, little boy. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, you can have my chair. Come on. Come on. You can have my chair. Say goodbye, fluffy boy. Oh, he's so fluffy. Uh, I'm already covered in hair. So these nitrile gloves, they do a great job of like collecting hair off of clothing. You're just gonna push it all to one area. What is going on today? If you're watching, let me know if the stream gets is constantly like bouncing around between like watchable and unwatchable. I can try restarting my computer if it's that bad, but I don't know what it's like to watch it. I really don't know if it's my computer or not, because like, I don't know why it would be. It's not exactly struggling right now. Yeah, this is really bad right now. What is going on? Um, Let me see 1 second if I can diagnose this real quick. Yeah, I'm not loving this right now. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. My upload is garbage right now. No wonder it's constantly stuttering. I don't know why my upload speeds are such, so bad right now. Mm, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great, but I don't know. I feel like it keeps bouncing back and forth. So if this keeps up and I have no viewers, or almost no viewers, I will, I guess, restart my computer, see and the router, and see if that fixes it. Every time I see something flicker on my screen, I'm worried that it's another notification about the quality. Oh, there it is again. It's gonna go again. Okay. Again? Oh my god, I'm getting so frustrated with this. It's giving me a warning, but it's still in the quote unquote good range, so I'm just gonna leave it. But if it starts like really disconnecting. Hey Catherine, uh good to see you too. I'm doing well. Yeah, my my streams during the week are at night because of when I get off of work. So I totally understand people not being able to, catch them. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'm doing all right. How about you? Yeah, during the week I stream on Monday and Monday and Wednesday, and it's at in the evening after I get off of work. I would do an early stream, but that would require me to wake up early. And honestly, I'm not really functional, not that functional in the mornings, so I don't think zombie stream is, you know, worth doing. You haven't been able to paint lately? That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, but you will try and create time. Yeah, it's such a challenge making time to do art. Um, it's very frustrating. I feel you on that. I don't know. Um, there are very few people I know that don't have that problem. It's a very, very common issue. There are some people that I know that all they do is art, like that's full time what they do. And a lot of those people also have the same issue because even if you do art full time, like there's still so much that goes into like running an art business um, that even they struggle with time to create, finding time to create. There are a couple people I know who don't struggle with that, but then their struggle becomes an issue of just having the physical energy to be able to create as much as they want. You like the color in this painting, the warm orange and the cool blues? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Um, after after doing a Zorn palette study, I'm really enjoying having my cool blues again. You've been busy lately? I mean, y do you mean as far as painting, or as far as like, uh, 'cause I mean, yeah, I guess technically yes. In general, yes. Um, Geez, that black just comes out strong. Yeah, I'm trying to keep to my painting schedule. Trying very hard to stick to my streaming schedule and keep it going um, consistently. That's why I did it only 3 times a week versus like trying to do, you know, 5 days a week streaming. I'm like, yeah, there's no chance I'll be able to keep that going. Yes, that was a cool painting of Andrew Kadima. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was fun. It was very challenging not having my blues, my cool blues, and even my cool and saturated yellow. Not having that was very frustrating. Actually, even the red, because my red has a little more coolness to it than the warm orangey red from the Zorn palette. Even that was just like I very much felt the frustrated that I didn't have that. It's so funny. I wonder if because the Zorn palette is often given as a you know, kind of a beginner palette type of thing. I wonder. Um, I didn't start with the Zorn palette, but I started with a palette that was closer to the Zorn palette than closer to my current palette. I wonder if like a student, someone who's like brand new to art doesn't have any experience. I wonder what palette they would find the easiest. Obviously, that's going to vary from person to person, but like I wonder if there's an art teacher who has like who teaches like you know beginning painting or whatever that is, and wonder if they could give their whole class like you know one palette one year and then another palette the next year and see you know which palette people struggle with more often. Yeah, Michelle has her own website and online store for those who don't know. Um, it's her screen name for letter word cards. Catherine says, we started off in art school with ultramarine blue, titanium white, and burnt umber. So a black and white palette because the burnt umber and titanium, burnt umber and ultramarine blue make black. Was that the idea? In my art school, my art teacher had us start with, I think it was ultramarine blue, titanium white, um, uh, what's it called? Burnt umber, yellow ochre, and oh, what's that red color? Um, oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on this right now. Um, alizarin crimson. Jeez, brain. Thank you for finally coming online. Alizarin crimson. Yeah, that was it. I think that was our. I think that was our starting palette. Yes, brownish and or bluish grays. Yeah, I mean it's good to start off a little, you know, a little slower, ease people into things as they get control over it. But yeah. I don't know why alizarin crimson uh was like such a popular color, honestly. People love it to this day, and I don't entirely get it. Catherine says first abstract shapes, and then the first still life, a pumpkin. Interesting. Pumpkin to start with. Hmm. Um, it depends which art teacher I'm talking about because I've had numerous art teachers and each one had different strategies with things. But one of them it was just like still life, like these cones and cylinders on like fabric, maybe with a flower or something. Oh, you like alizarin too? I mean, it's a beautiful color, but I don't understand why it's such a like fundamental color to so many people for painting is what I'm saying. That's more what I'm referring to. I mean, it's a very pretty color. I do like the color itself. But like I don't miss it in my palette at all. You know what I mean? Is I guess what I'm getting at. It's just what you're used to use. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a big part of it. I'm just commenting because like so many art teachers, like it is like a basic color that they everyone uses. Like I've had multiple art teachers have that as one of their like, when you start out, these are the colors you need, and that's, alizarin crimson is like one of them always. Actually, I've never had an art teacher who didn't until until Chelsea Lang. But she doesn't also, her boot camp isn't the same like most um, art lessons, that I've had in the past. It's not like a class where you sit and she. It's a bit different. That's all I'm getting at. To use another cool red instead, yeah, I use this red I use is a has some coolness to it. It's quinacridone rose or quinacridone red or permanent rose or permanent red. It kind of depends on the brand. They name it differently. Um, the pigment code is PV19, but PV19 can be within the same brand. Like Gamblin has two colors. They have a violet and a red that use PV19. So you kind of have to figure it out, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a bit of a cooler red, but it has the ability to go warm really well. This with yellow will make nearly a cad red light. It's like within a hair of the actual color. Um, so so yeah, so that's why I use it because it can kind of bend both ways really easily. Like the only time I will bust out the like cad red or cad red light rather is if I'm doing something that's like basically that I if I need the color straight out of the tube. If I need to mix the color, I can mix any color that I could with cad red light or that I can with this. Like I don't need it for mixing. It's only if I need it straight out of the tube, if I need that high intensity that you just can't mix. No, Michelle doesn't paint. She does her store is like greeting cards and coffee mugs and uh pins and other stuff like that. But she designs it all herself, and the cards are handmade, and what's it called? Well, partially handmade. There's she prints them and then embellishes them, um, and it fits a specific niche in the sense that like it's very unicorns and glitter and curse words and uh, pro LGBTQ stuff that's not seen in other places for the same type of thing, stuff like that. I hope I did an adequate job describing it. Hey, Cody, welcome. How you doing? How's the skull paintings coming along? Oh, nice, Catherine. That's great. Just got back from shooting hoops with the family. The skull is coming along nicely. Still a ways to go. Nice. That's fun. Sounds like a good time. Do you like dunk on all the little kids in your family? Just mercilessly? I don't know if you have any little kids in your family, but I'm assuming shooting hoops is a reference to playing basketball, unless um, unless you have some weird shooting hoops. That's what that means. Unless like I've never heard it refer to anything else. But yeah, and not a dumb question, Catherine. You never know. The internet's a very the world's a, a big place. Everyone has different you know experiences and phrases. Nice, Cody. Very nice. I follow some streamers who are from Australia, and they have some, they mention some of their like slang sometimes, and I'm just like, that is so different, kind of thing. So nothing wrong with asking. You never know. Like some of the slang I can get behind, like not that I ever go there, but like they refer to McDonald's as Mackers. I'm like, okay, I get that. But then some of the words just I don't get. I can't remember what, but yeah. Okay, that is just the wrong color altogether. Right now, I am struggling with how dark to go. It's always the challenge. Oh, Catherine, you should. Did you see the ones that he finished? The two that he finished? They look so good. A what skull? A cotum. I don't know how to pronounce that. What is that? Did you discover a rare new animal and you're painting its skull? It's like a ring-tailed cat thing from Arizona. They look like they belong in a rainforest, but instead they're in the desert in Arizona. Uh, well, Catherine, you see, the thing is, the um, they look a bit like a raccoon. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was going to make a joke that, there's a ton of animal skulls all around. They're just, you know, wrapped in a bit of flesh at the moment. But I doubt that's how Cody's doing it. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Winter. Meow meow. We have a cat visitor. Hi, little girl. Yeah. Quick, cat visitor. Oh, she doesn't like to be picked up. You're so fluffy. She does not like being picked up. And she's going to see Dresden's here. And she doesn't like that either. So she's going to go in just a second. But we can get a second or two of Winnie. Of the fluffy cat Winnie. Okay, little girl. Okay, okay. Oh, thanks, Catherine. You get Cody says he gets the skulls from either Skulls Unlimited or there's a guy on Instagram that has been collecting them for years and decided to open a store. Um, oh, it's a high quality replica. Cool. Yeah, camera shy. No, she just doesn't like being picked up. She's just a butt about that. She's very particular about that. She will legit sit on me for like an hour straight, but I have to be in the right spot for it. Otherwise, she won't. I swear, sometimes I think cats are like robots, like very sophisticated robots, because I'll see them do the same thing at the same time all the time, kind of thing. Um, yeah, it's funny. Like, it's so funny. My cats will start crying for attention at like almost the same time every night. And they're so stupid because they'll be, crying for attention downstairs. And it's like, I'll be upstairs, my door's open, you know where I am. They can just come to me and get attention, but they'll just stand at the stairs crying for attention. Like, what is wrong with your brain? I think cats know better. They are lazy, stubborn. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they are. I also think they're just really dumb sometimes. Like they'll there'll be times where they're just suddenly afraid of something that they've seen, you know, a million times. Like we had a box next to our on the floor next to our couch. And been there for like a month or two. They see it all the time. And then suddenly, one day, they're like, wait, what is this thing here? And they're all like hesitant about it. So then, of course, I like kick it with my foot right as they get close to it and make them jump because I live for that. Um, you know, but yeah, I know one of my cats is particularly not bright, but I think they pretty much all aren't. I have three cats and one dog. That yeah, it is a lot. I agree. I don't want any more. We're at capacity or over capacity, honestly. Yeah, it was not planned to have that many. Um, yeah, Catherine, the stream's having some problems. Yeah, it's been choppy today. I don't know why. I don't know how to fix it is the problem. But thank you for letting me know. It should be, yeah, it's back now. Yeah, the stream's been having a lot of issues today, and I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know why. You know, um, streaming like this, because I'm, what's it called? Because I'm not using my computer to do anything other than push the stream. Um, it's not exactly like taxing on my computer, so it's my computer is never really struggling with the stream. It's so I think sometimes just internet's not great, especially for uploads. Um, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know that I can fix that without like paying for some kind of special, you know, internet package kind of thing. I don't know. Hopefully it was very wobbly in the beginning and then it stabilized and obviously it went out again. Hopefully it stays now. The problem is that I don't know how it's going to be until I start, until I start streaming. Um, because it seems fine, before I start streaming. So I don't know. If someone does know though, I'm happy to learn if someone has an answer for any of this. Uh, it has been a while since the OPL crew has been together, Cody. I agree. You can't. Catherine says she can't help me. She's no expert. No worries. Totally understand. At least the audio you're saying is keeps going. That's good. If the video gets much worse, um I will do the nuclear option, which is to basically disconnect and restart my computer and restart the modem and restart everything. Uh, but that will I'll have a complete break in the stream if that happens. That's why I don't want to do it. If more of the OPL people were on Discord, I would, I mean, I know some people are on Discord, but if it was like you know, uh, we could try and do like a Discord hangout sometime. I mean, we still could. It just would be less people than OPL, but still the OPL Discord. You'd be down for that, Cody? Yeah. So, ah, Catherine, you're fully focused on the stream. Thank you, but also, go clean your palate. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, but with OPL as far as like busyness and stuff. But yeah. I mean, I can host OPL hangouts very often. Like um even during the week, like I can do it. I just won't be able to always participate. Like I can jump in and set it up kind of thing. They have been visiting an amusement park. Looks like fun. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen their stories. Um, yeah. I hope they're having a good time. It's good. I'm personally I'm not much for amusement parks, so I'll be honest. I don't know if you guys like amusement parks. I generally not crazy about them. I don't like I don't like roller coasters or rides much. There's almost no like rides I enjoy. So, I'm kind of generally don't like amusement parks that much. I know it's very boring of me, but yeah. Hey, Michael. Welcome. Good to see you. How you doing? You liked them when you were younger and not paying for it? That's fair. Now the question is, do you mean paying for it financially or do you mean paying for it like physically? Because it can be both or either, in all honesty. Because I'll be honest, I don't think my neck can handle many roller coasters at this point. Thanks to the drunk driver who ran into me back in 2015. Yeah, I don't think it's up. My neck's really up for much roller coastering. Probably both. I haven't been to one in years, but I bet my bones would ache if I tried. I meant financially, though. The cost of entering at like Disneyland is ridiculous now. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Absolutely is. I don't understand, especially people who have like multiple kids. I don't know how they do it. Big family, go to Disneyland or something like that. Yeah, that's crazy to me how expensive it is. Oh, I have a question for the group since there's a few people here. That paint, has anybody um ever taken paint from like a tube of paint um and transferred it into like one another tube of paint, like one of those like um empty ones that you buy? Catherine says we visited Disney World in Florida a couple years ago with the children. I used to like roller coasters when I was younger, but the Harry Potter coaster was fun in the beginning. That's cool. But by the time the official picture was taken, my entire family was smiling except for me. uh, I was nauseous and looked as pale as a blanket. Oh no! Oh no! That sucks. Yeah, I went on a roller coaster with Michelle once, um, because we were at Disneyland, not World, and it was like a very small roller coaster. And I told her I don't like roller coasters. You go by yourself. Like I'll stand in line with you, but I'm not going to go on. She coerced me into it. So I went on, and she never asked me to go on another roller coaster again after that. Cody, you have. Does it ruin the paint? Does it dry the paint out faster? Does it have any issues with that, or I'm just curious. Hi, Salmon. Welcome. Saman. Sorry. Yes, Michelle. I told you I don't like roller coasters. Of course I was miserable. I tried to tell you, but you insisted. We don't have any roller coasters in Scotland. Seriously? Nope. What about like amusement? What about like carnivals or something? Do you guys You guys have carnivals? Like carnival rides? Cody says, not really if you close it up well. You retubed some Alizarin Crimson a few years ago and it's still fine. Okay, cool. Do you need a special tool to do the crimping? The bottom crimping? I have one of those tube squeezers, but I don't know that I don't know if that's enough. Michael says we do have traveling carnival rides. Closest roller coaster is in England at Blackpool. Okay. Cody says I'm sure they make one. I think I just used a needle nose pliers. I didn't have a tube squeezer back then, but I would try that now. Yeah. Yeah, that's my thinking. I'd take the tube what's it called? The tube squeezer and squeeze out some and then roll it and then squeeze over the rolled part to make it extra tight. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate the help on that because I might need to um, retube a few tubes soon. Uh, what that what that you are painting? Michelle answered, but yeah, I'm painting a friend of ours. They did a photo shoot with me, so I got to get a bunch of reference from them, which was very helpful and very cool of them. And then after this painting, think I think after this painting, actually, I am going to be working on a small series of paintings. Um, yeah, I'm going to start my series of found photograph paintings. So that'll be cool. I still might get one or two paintings out of the photo shoot, though, because I think I still have like one or two more good reference photos. It's so funny because I took a couple hundred photos and don't get out, even though you take a lot of photos, you don't get a lot of good photos. Good for reference for painting, not like a lot of them are great. They're just not good necessarily for painting. You love the blue in my paintings? Oh, thank you so much. It's a lovely pose. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it is. She was a great model. Um, both of them were. Oh, both of them were. You've seen me paint the guy smoking and with, the long hair. I did a few of his paintings. Yeah. So So they've been on stream quite a few times at this point, even if they haven't actually been on stream. I still have to finish those paintings of my family members. I put those aside and I never got back to them because that's what I do. When I put things aside, I forget to go back to them. I would like to finish those soon. I don't know that I can finish them on stream because I think they're too small, and for the detail I need to be up in it. But yeah, I do want to finish those. This is a very challenging lighting situation though in this painting. It's backlit, so there's just a lot of lighting, weird things happening with the lighting. But it's fun. I enjoy the challenge. What surface am I painting on? This one is a oh, what is it called? It's a board that I bought from Jerry's Artorama. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a primed surface. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't right now. It's not ampersand. I like ampersand, but this isn't ampersand. This tends to be a bit more budget, which I don't understand why, because it has some advantages over ampersand, but I don't know why. Um, it has two sides, and it's a little thicker, so you can paint either on either side. One's smoother, one's a little a little rougher. Yeah, trying to as soon as I remember the name, I'll tell you, um, or I'll take a break and see if I can find the name at some point. But yeah, that's the surface today. Like I said, they're a little more budget, and they were on sale at one point, so I bought a few of them. I hate. Can I just co- complain for a second about like prepping surfaces? I hate dealing with that. I'm so annoyed and frustrated with that, and I barely do it, and I'm still annoyed and frustrated. Like, I don't know. I know some people love stretching their own canvases, and I hate dealing with all of that stuff. I actually just bought the Arches oil paper, like the um the paper for oil painting. We'll see how it is. I haven't tried it yet. Um, yeah, I we'll see. I'm nervous about it, but I'm going to give it a shot. It's a similar pose to the one I am painting. My painting, she has her hands on top of her head, finding the arms difficult and the lighting. Yeah, Michael, it's definitely challenging. Um, and there's some like weirdity happening here. I need to fix because like her arms folding right here, so you know it's a weird shape for sure. Because it's like there's the it pushes the skin and everything around. Nope, too light. And also if you have to deal with hair, like um if she has her her hands on top of her head and it's like interacting with hair, that can also be very challenging. The only advice I can give for painting something like this, and it's advice to you, myself, and anyone who is painting something that's like the subject is kind of, I don't know how to describe, just challenging. Um, you know, I think part of the reason that some of this is challenging is because, at least for me, is because you know, I know what a, I know what what's it called? I know what a arm looks like. I've studied arms, and it's very different here because of how it's bunched up and everything. So I have to I have to really make an make an effort not to paint what I think an arm looks like and to paint what her arm actually looks like and focus on the shapes and not try and like make it thinner or thicker because I think it needs to be. She has a skinhead or really short hair. Oh, okay. That can also be very challenging in a different way. This she has short hair here, like shaved head, kind of thing. And same thing with stubble. It's very challenging to paint um, very short hair or stubble without painting all the actually painting all the pieces, which I don't want to do, and I have no interest in painting like that. But it's challenging because you have to indicate it without doing it. I don't know. Personally, I think that's a challenge that keeps popping up over and over again in painting is trying to paint what's there and not what my brain thinks or is telling me is there, kind of thing. Guys, have a good night. I have to go. All right, Saman. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was great seeing you. Hope you have a good night. And if it works out, I'm streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for me might be day or morning for you. I don't know. But thought I'd mention it. Anyways, have a good night. It's great hanging out. So yeah, I've kind of danced around doing the face long enough. Like I've hinted at it and put it in, but at this point, gonna be putting it in more, and then um, the idea is get the face in now, kind of finish up the face, and then pull the rest together. And I've commented before that I do the face last now, but I guess that's not entirely accurate because what I actually do is get it to a certain stage, then I do the face, and then I finish off the rest. But because I like to have, I guess, looseness and effects and stuff like that in the rest, um, some of it doesn't actually get finished, it just gets left. Um, yeah, I didn't really think about it that way, but when putting it into words, for stream, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's nothing's 100%. Like there will be instances where I break that and don't do it that way, but generally, I think that is my kind of go to. I might have some new things to add to this painting, though, that will be interesting. I got some of the art supplies I ordered, and I'm thinking of using some of it on this painting for a new effect that I couldn't quite get before. Love buying art supplies. Yeah, that's fun. I got one of the things I got was impasto paste. Um, so yeah, thinking about trying that out at the end. Uh, it's definitely not it's definitely not something I would use midway on a painting, but at the very end, I think it might be fun to really, go in with some very thick paint. Yeah, buying art supplies is always fun. Oh, I also got my new yellow. I haven't tried it out yet. That'll be fun. I bought bismuth yellow to give that a try. Um, we'll see how it compares to cad lemon. I'm we'll see. I also have a bunch of new brushes I need to try out. They're all still in the package. Coffee break. Oh, check this out. This isn't the, biggest deal in the world, of course, but yeah, I made something which I thought was cool. Um, I made a starting screen and I also made a be right back screen. Obviously they're the same, just a little different with the writing, but the video's the same. I just wanted to have something there to start with. This goes through the painting, and then when it hits the end of the painting, it loops. It undoes the painting, like it rewinds, and then it just keeps looping forever, like that. Thank you, Cody. Yeah, I thought it was, you know, I'm trying to slowly elevate the stream. It's a process, but I'm trying slowly to get it to get it. Here we go. Oh, uh, um, it is the Da Vinci uh, dual-sided Pro panels. That's what I'm painting on right now. Um, yeah, this is two of them right here. They come in a pack of two, so they're a uh, quarter inch, and they're gessoed. Um, one side is ultra smooth, and one side's medium textured. So that's what I got. That's what I'm using right now. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but sometimes they're on sale and it makes sense. Like I said, I also bought the Arches paper for oil painting. I think my next painting is actually going to be on that. Want to give that a shot, see how it is. Honestly, if it's as like dry as painting on a regular like watercolor unprimed watercolor paper, I will hate it. I'll have to do washes just to prep it because I hate working on something that absorbent and dry. So we'll see. Oh yeah, gotta stretch. Gotta remember to stretch. Uh, 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 no, stop with the stupid bit rate already. So, what is it? Um, Next year, which I know is a bit away, but not like that far away. But next year, there's um, what is it called? The Portrait Society um, conference, and I'm actually going to be going next year. I'm I'm excited and nervous, and also I feel a little stupid, and I'll explain that in a second. I didn't know that you could. I didn't know that you could apply to basically get like a free ticket to go. Um, yeah, they have like fellowships or something where they you can apply to go for free. And I did not do that because I didn't know it existed. So, oh well. Yeah, I've this will be my first time going, Cody. I'll let you know how it is, unless you decide to, you know, go this year. Oh, well, next year, I guess, technically. But yeah, you can apply to go for free essentially. I don't know what the criteria is for it, but yeah. I'm also you'll be brilliant. Oh, thank you. Where is it? It is this year. Well, this upcoming year, it's going to be in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I am nervous about. I've had some people talk about like getting together, which is really cool. That I'm not nervous about. But they also talk about getting together and painting, and I'm like, oh, this is like it's good. I want to do that, but like, oh my God, I am just there's something where like when I'm not in my studio painting and I'm out of this place painting, it just I'm just not the same. I don't know that I always do a good job of presenting myself as a, you know, as a competent painter. I also need to figure out exactly I'm going to even, from a technical point, do all that. I do have a pochade box, but it's not the best. I was trying to be very budget oriented when I bought it. Um, yeah, and having paint that like wet paintings there and trying to bring them, you know, haul them around with me and then maybe even bring them back with me. I don't know how I'm going to manage all of that. I have to think about it because my pochade box too is very small. Like it, and it only has, it does have a room for what's it called? For like wet panels, but only two, and there's 6 by 9. It does not fit anything else. No other sizes. I will be flying. I have no idea how long of a drive it is. I didn't even check. I'll be flying, I assume. We could do a road trip with Wizard. Um, how long of a drive is it from Austin to Atlanta, Georgia? It's Georgia, right? Atlanta. How long of a drive is that? Because the other factor is work, right? Like I have to take off days off of work to do it. So if it adds 3 more days, you know, it's going to be a problem. You have an old wooden briefcase that I've always wanted to turn into a plein air box that could hold multiple panels and all the other stuff I need someday. Haha, yeah. 14 hours away? Yeah. I think that's a little much for a road trip for this. Also, I'll be honest, I don't know if the hotel I booked will take dogs. But yeah, that's gonna add at least 2 days to the whole thing. That's a lot, honestly. And I doubt it'll even save, on any real money, given how expensive gas and everything is. I know it could be fun, don't get me wrong. I feel like we could do something, um, you know, more geared towards us having fun than that. Cody says, I only asked about that because driving would accommodate a lot more wet paintings and supplies than flying. For sure. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. That definitely something I don't know. I could like there's all kinds of options. I could start adding Galkit to my paintings when I'm there. Uh, you know, that might make it doable. Not really crazy about Galkid in general. I don't enjoy using it, but might be might be workable. I mean, they have a ton of stuff there. Like it's a paint convention. If I want, I can just buy literally everything there. Although I don't think the prices are going to be budget friendly at all. I was talking to someone about it, and he's like, "Oh, he's been before," and he's like, "Oh, you can just buy, you know, you can buy all this stuff there. You could buy this," and he's naming off this stuff, and he's naming good quality materials without a doubt, but they're all expensive. Like everything he like mentioned, like, oh, you can just pick this or this or this up, and I'm just like, I mean, you're right, and those are all great quality things, but like, yeah, you know, it was funny. Although, who knows? Maybe they're on discount there. I don't know. Like as a you know, promotional price. I don't know. But it's like, oh, you can buy Michael Harding paint there, and I'm like, yeah, I bet I can. And some other like panels to paint on. I'm like, yep, I'm sure I can buy those too. But it's just like everything you mentioned is expensive. Then just load them into your private jet and fly them home. Yeah, problem solved. Is it mainly painting yourself or demos of professionals? Um, I've never gone, so from what I understand, it is a combination of like they have what's it called? They have um demos and lectures from painters. Um and uh they also have like vendors, to for painting supplies and stuff like that. And then they also have like I think it's like, you know, not workshops, but like models just um so you can participate and just paint if you want. Um I think that's what's happening with that. I'm not entirely sure. But I think that's my understanding that It might have a demo and allow people to paint at the same time. I'm not sure. And there's other stuff. I think there's like a what's the word? There's like some kind of dinner one night, like a big, you know, thing, and then there's uh there's some art competitions, and so I think they announce can you get feedback? I don't think it's something where you get feedback, but I'm not I don't think so. Like it's not like classes like that. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I've never gone, but that's the impression I'm getting at least. I mean, maybe you can get unofficial feed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Need to put out some more yellow. But yeah, like I've heard really good things about Michael Harding's paint, but I've also looked at the price on it and I'm just like, yeah, that's a little out of my budget. You know. And I think it was like the Rylon uh canvas panels and yeah. Raymar maybe? Raymar, not Rylon. Raymar, I think. I just remember it. I'm like, yeah, that's there's a reason I don't have any Michael Harding paints, you know. But like I said, he's absolutely right. These are all great quality materials. Just a little, you know, not not something I'll probably be purchasing. If anybody is going to the Portrait Society, what's it called? Uh, conference, please let me know. It'd be great to do a meetup or something. But yeah, I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun. Oh, you also don't have to be a member of the Portrait Society to go. Worth mentioning. You can join. It's not like, anyone can join, but just saying if it's not something you want to do, you can still. What was it? Oh yeah, I was looking at one point. I was thinking I'm going to treat myself to some kind of, not like professional paints, but like quote unquote premium paints, I was like, I'm gonna buy a couple tubes, treat myself to some of this stuff. And so I went and I looked up Old Holland because everyone told me that's the brand. And I'm like, all right, let's look up these prices. Um, yeah, I quickly decided not to treat myself, or I just quickly decided to treat myself to way more tubes than just one of theirs. Yeah. Trying to remember what it was, but it was something crazy where I'm just like, man, I could buy 3 tubes of paint for the price of this one tube. And I'm not talking about like discount paint. Like decent paint. Just yeah, I couldn't do it. I didn't think about it. There might actually be like some kind of portfolio review type of thing at the convention where you can, you know, go get your stuff looked at and get feedback. I don't know. I didn't think about that. I have some I have some crazy stories from when I used to do portfolio reviews at Comic Con. I used to go year after year after year, like I don't know, 15 years ago or some shit. Um, and man, some of the feedback I got was just ridiculous. You gotta really be careful when you get feedback from people to take in consideration like who the person is and what the feedback is, and um, what they're like, just everything. Like you just gotta take a lot of, and also if this is feedback you've heard from multiple people, or is the absolute first time you're ever getting this type of feedback and no one ever, like it's tough. It's tough. I got really good feedback one year from someone. And by really good, I don't mean it was positive. I just mean it was well constructed to the point where, like, the next year when I saw him, he commented on and complimented me on the exact thing he had critiqued me the prior year because I was able to improve because of how good his feedback was. But that was unbelievably rare. The most egregious one was I once got feedback from this guy who was you know so the way it worked at Comic-Con, you had like multiple companies would do portfolio reviews and you'd go to each one individually. um and so this one company, this one guy was, I'm not going to name any names, but um big company, big thing. And he was um he had a stack, just like a stack of page paper next to him when I came in, and he gave me a portfolio review, kind of tore me to shreds in his review, and then um handed me one of those pages and was like, well, if you want to improve on these things, I'm teaching a class, uh you know and here are the details. And I was just like, the fuck? That is bullshit. Because he was doing it for the, like, he's doing portfolio reviews for an entertainment company, not for his school. I was just like, oh my god, that's so shitty. So, yeah, it was pretty scummy. Like, that's not something you do. Like, if he was, you know, if it was a portfolio review for the school, sure, whatever. That's what you're doing. But nah, this is just like imagine if he worked for, Disney or something and he's doing portfolio reviews and then just tearing people apart just so that he can say, "Oh yeah, come take classes with me." And the way the portfolio reviews were structured, you would sign up for multiple ones if you wanted to be seen by by different companies, and you would go from they like set up like cubicles kind of thing, temporary cubicles type of thing. Um, and I remember I went to one portfolio review, and the person was like, "This your whole portfolio is basically crap, but this one panel here is like genius. Do more of this, and you'll get work." And so on. And I walk out of that portfolio review, literally go into the next cubicle because um, I was called next. And the guy looks at my portfolio and he's like, your portfolio is pretty good and everything, but this one panel, got one same one the other person pointed to earlier, he's like, this is crap. Don't show this to anybody. I'm just like, all right, thanks. Honest feedback is so valuable. It is. Um, yeah, there was an editor at Dark Horse. I don't remember his name, um, but he's not even an artist. He's an editor, right? And he gave me like just the best feedback. Just was like, okay, so here's what's wrong. Here's where you need to improve. You need, and he explained not just what, he explained why and how. Like it was just I'd never gotten feedback like that in my life, I think. It was so like to the point, concise, you know, clear, just just everything about it was good. It's so rare to get that. Like he was so good at it, I don't know that I could give a review as good as he gave me, you know, because he was just so good at it. Proof that it is all subjective and you have to kind of um, evaluate things a bit depending on alter things depending on who you are trying to cater to. Yes, absolutely. Pickle Pickles Pico de Gallo. Hi, welcome. Portfolio reviews terrifying and 100% subjective. Um, I mean, to a degree, I do think that it's subjective, but it's not entirely subjective, right? Because um, I mean, it is, but the subjectiveness is kind of built in because, like, if you're going for, let's say, I was at the time I was doing comic books, so I'm going for, you know, comic books. Obviously, if I bring in something that's not geared towards that, they're not going to have anything positive to say. But within that realm, some people can give pretty objective reviews. Not many, apparently. Most struggle with that, but some people can. Nothing's 100% objective, but fairly, I'd put that way. Um, and yeah, they can be terrifying. I'm not as, you know, I did it for like, I'm trying to remember, it was like 5 or 6 years in a row. After a while, I got kind of callous to it. You looked at a bunch of my Instagram work. The lighting in your work looks very natural. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. What kind of work do you do? What kind of paintings? Have I seen your stuff? I struggle sometimes to cross-reference people that I know from different online places. But yeah, some of the reviews, like when you kind of get uh used to some of the like you can tell when someone's not giving you a decent review for some reason. Like I not always, of course, but like I one guy gave me a review once and he's like it was so it's comic book art, right? And he's like telling me I'm trying to remember he's like, "Oh, you don't need to fill in all the blacks and everything here. You can just put X's to fill it in, which in pencil work, you know, when you're doing comic books, you can." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm trying to present it as portfolio work, so I'm trying to show what it would look like finished, not, you know, not." And like that was his only critique. Just like, "All right, guy. Thanks, I guess." Like if he had other critiques, like fine, whatever. But it was just kind of like, all right, whatever. Mainly paint gouache and alla prima oil, more abstract nature. Nice. I like gouache. I have some paintings in gouache. I haven't painted in gouache in a while, but I do like gouache. I I do struggle with gouache in certain areas because of its some of its weirdity with the color shifts, but otherwise I like it. Cody says, I'll give him a blank page and just say, imagine the possibilities. Do I get the job? Yeah, right? Yeah, that one was just a, yeah, like I said, you get a feel for it after a while, especially if you do them regularly and it's the same like the same field. After a while you start being like, okay, this is a serious review or this is not. Like you start getting a feel for it. Yeah, I still love comics, but oh my God, that industry is just brutal to be a part of. It's so hard. Also, I personally like uh, I stopped reading comics for a long time. Um, so I don't know if I like I would like to get back into it because I've always loved comics, but yeah. You think it would be cool to do something kind of indie with a small group of friends? Oh, for sure. The big problem with comics is So there's something absolutely fantastic and magical about comic books because um, it's the barrier to entry is very low. Anyone can do it, and you can very much do what you want, like your vision and so on. But oh my God, the time investment and and everything is huge, and the financial rewards from it are often non-existent, or very low. So it's very, very challenging. And then if you do company stuff, the pay just isn't there unless you are like a huge, well, not a huge, but unless you're like a big name. Cody says more fun and just to make cool art. Yeah, to like do indie stuff. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I totally feel that. Mm. All right, I need to take a short break. Um, I need both more coffee and nature calls. So All right, I'm back. Jeez. I got totally eaten alive last night by some asshole mosquito. I literally have like 7 bites on my leg, all in the same area. It's driving me crazy. I knew someone who did a comic book, um, all oil painting. Like he did took photo reference for every single panel and did all of it in oil paints. I wish I'd kept in touch. I don't know what he's doing today. He did that for like a school. Well, I think it was technically a school project. That was when I was in art school. It was very cool idea, but oh my god, very labor intensive. Hmm. Making sure I don't have any important messages. Uh, nope, nothing urgent at least. Okay. I'll be honest. I've thought about it a little. Like if I were to give advice, you know, to someone younger than me, so, or like a student, art student, or what kind of advice would I give? I guess it obviously depends on what they're looking for and what they want to get out of things. But I don't know. It's challenging. Like I don't know that I could, like I don't know that I'd advise anybody to try and get into comics, honestly. But you don't want to tell people not to pursue their dreams either. Um, but I might advise them to do it in a different way, in some way. I don't know. Very very tough. Because yeah, I never want to like tell someone not to pursue something like that if that's what they want. But it was funny when I was in comics, and to be clear, I barely made it in comics. I made some comic books, some indie stuff, but you know, I'm not trying to claim like huge success in the comic book world. But when I was in comics, I met a ton of artists who did other things like graphic designers, or a big one was storyboard artists who wanted to get into comics. And then when I got into storyboards, um, now that I'm in storyboards, I've met a ton of comic book artists who want to get into storyboards. uh, I find that entertaining. I suspect it's the grass is always greener type of thing. Is that how you made the jump into storyboarding? Not entirely. Like there's a connection there in skills, because if you do comic books, storyboard is, as far as like the skills go, they're very closely related. Um, but no, I actually um, I had a lot of crap happen in my life, and a lot of things like fell apart in a lot of ways, and I ended up getting into photo retouching first because I was good with Photoshop, and the the skill that you need for retouching is like the skill level that you need isn't very high. The technical skill, the eye for it is, right? That if you want to be good at it, that's where the like for basic stuff at least. So I got into photo retouching, um, and then from photo retouching, I worked towards getting into storyboards, and I met some people who were in the industry, and I took some classes as well, and so on, and that's how well, I also got a job. I got a few jobs, and then that's how I got, you know, that's how I got in to storyboarding. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't like when I was in comics, um, you know, like I look back at my old work and I'm like, yeah, I understand why I never, blew up. Um, you know what I mean? Like it took years and years to get better. I'm not saying like I was horrible, but like I get it. The funny thing is, since getting into oil painting, um, like I realize that how can I put this? I am much better at painting than I am at drawing. And it's a weird, it feels very strange because um, often drawing is considered like the base for painting and so on. And so it feels very strange, but yeah, there's just something when I'm painting that like I don't know, I feel like my painting skills are like way above my drawing skills. Even though they're very closely related, there's just something about like how I'm, deal with paint that I don't know, just like clicks in my head in a way that and it's specifically oil paint. Like there's something about oil paint that just clicks for me. Because when I tried going back into I tried recently going back into like Procreate to paint and stuff. And I'm not saying I can't use it. Of course I can use it, but it just does not click the way that something with the oil paint does. Having said that, it's not like oil painting clicked right away. There was a long time of struggle where I could not get the paint to do what I wanted it to do. But eventually got past that. And once I did, something just that's when it kind of clicked. But before that it did not click at all. It was very challenging and very frustrating. I probably could have gotten past that stage a lot faster if I'd taken a class or something, but yeah. When I was in art school, I never studied or I never studied oil paints. I did watercolors and acrylics, but I never touched oils. I did not like the idea of using solvents, and I still don't. But There are ways of painting where you don't have to use solvents. So it's not a necessity. Definitely a convenience, but it's not a necessity. All right. So pretty happy with how long I've been going today. Um, I'm glad I didn't like crash in like the 2 hours. I think about 20-ish minutes or so is probably about what I've got in the tank for today. Maybe 30, but yeah, roughly. Not quite going to get to finish her face today, but I might finish it off stream because, in a couple hours after I take a break, hopefully I'll be able to, you know, get the energy to keep going. And I would love to finish her face while the paint is wet. Or maybe not finish the face, but like 90%, just so that all I have left is the like super highlights, the very like finished touches kind of thing. I guess super highlights isn't the right word, but the highlights at the very end, like the little that you hit, just the little like spots, and just like, okay, this is like a, you know, Catherine says, tell a bit more about storyboarding. Do you have to make up the stories? No, no, no. So I work for, right now I'm working at Bento Box for Fox. And I've also worked for other studios. And you get a script. You don't make up the story. You get and at these shows, there's Adventure Time. I think the storyboard artists did a lot more creative aspects. Creative in the sense of writing, not creative. Came out wrong. Anyways, yeah, they so they give you a script, but it's very not generic, but it doesn't inform you about a lot. So you have to there's a lot you have to fill in. Um, they it might tell you that these certain characters are at a certain location, and they are talking or doing something. But that doesn't really say a lot because you still have to figure out. Okay, so they're in this room, they're at this place. Where's the camera? Where are they located? you know, how do we transition to the next scene? Are they going to be walking out the door? Does something happen? What's the action that's happening? There's a lot to figure out and do. And then there's a lot of you do like acting based off of the script or the what's it called, read, the actors when they do reads, line reads. You have to like do the acting and so on. I'm not actually animating it. I'm doing storyboards are we do storyboards and animatics. So it's like a very limited version of acting, or animating, I meant to say. Um, and yeah, but then they send it off to get animated somewhere else at a different studio. Um, yeah, that's about it. Is this for comics or animated animation movies? Animated TV. Uh, so right now there's a show on Fox called Crapopolis. Crapopolis. Uh, Sorry, I got the pronunciation wrong. Crapopolis. Um, on Fox right now. So I'm storyboarding on that show right now, and I've storyboarded on other things that are like that were on Netflix and so on. Yeah, actually, it's on today. If you Well, wait a second. I don't know where you're located, so if you're in the States, it's on today at 7 or 7:30. It's after The Simpsons. So it's a fun show. I do recommend it, not just because I worked on it, but also because I think it's fun. I really do, and I enjoy it. Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate it. You watched a few. Cody says I watched the first few episodes. I like it a lot. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I like I want to take credit for it, but it's really a huge team of people, and the writing is obviously what makes a lot of it. But yeah, I think it's a really fun show. I'm glad you liked it. It's yeah, it's a really good crew. I'm really happy there. I think a lot of the people I work with are really it's have been really great to work with and so on. So you know, I have a lot of good things to say about them. Um, so it's a it's a good crew, and because of how they do the job, like it's very team oriented. So it's very hard for me to point to like any one thing in particular that I can take like entire responsibility for. Because people have asked me like, oh, well, what it like, you know, what did you do on the show? And it's like I it a lot, but I can't like point to something in particular and be like, see that I did. I mean, I can. It's just it's more difficult to do. And it's also really difficult to do because like what whatever I did, someone else then came and animated it, and then someone came and colored it and did all kinds of effects on it, and then someone before all that had to retime it if needed. Like it's a whole there's a reason they refer to it as a production. It really is. Like it's so many people go into doing all this stuff. Cody asked, what is the turnaround time from when you get a script to when you give them a storyboard? Uh, 2 weeks, usually. Something like that. But that's just the first pass. And then, yeah, but 2 weeks. Catherine says, it's so nice if you have good colleagues. It is. That makes a huge difference in life. It really does. But yeah, it's 2 weeks, and then then we do another pass a lot of times, and then sometimes there's more passes after that. It kind of depends. Um, Turnaround time for a whole episode, I couldn't tell you for numerous reasons. We what's it called? Because um, we work on things at the same time. Like multiple episodes are being worked on at the same time. Um, and um, Also, the first couple of seasons are different than once you have things rolling, it's very different than the beginning of a show. So I couldn't tell you what the turnaround time is, but what's it called? Um, I remember hearing an interview with Family Guy people, um, when they said the turnaround was like 9 months or something like that from when they start an episode to when an episode is finished. And I really don't know what it is though for us. By the way, not to talk the show up too much, but oh my god, some of the guest stars that we have doing voice acting on some of the shows is crazy. I think um, I think the first episode had Susan Sarandon as one of the guest voices. if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's some really like surprisingly uh big names that show up for guest roles. Pretty sure Michelle is making food because I'm pretty sure I can smell something being cooked, and I it is making me hungry. Catherine says, I don't think we can see the show over here. Um, if you have Hulu or Disney Plus, um, because some countries, what's in Hulu is on Disney Plus. Uh, yeah, but some countries don't get Hulu the same way. It's a licensing thing. So, like in Israel, I think Disney Plus has all of Fox's stuff on it. So, but yeah, if you get basically if you can get Family Guy, or The Simpsons, I'm pretty sure you can get this. Not that you're required to watch it or anything, but um, I get it. Not everyone watches TV or whatever, No pressure, but yeah. Um, basically, I'd say that. You made potatoes for a potato and cheese burrito. Yep, smells good. All right, Kathleen. Have a goodbye. Have a good night. It was great having you around. Um, yeah. Uh, good luck with the painting. I hope you can make time. I would host more like Discord hangout painting session type of thing, but in my experience, most of the time, like no one shows up for those things unless, like if Nicholas Uribe were to show up, then everyone in the Discord in the OPL Discord would show up. Not everybody, obviously, but a lot would. But if he doesn't show up, almost no one's gonna come in. That's been my experience. But yeah, I think it would be. I don't know. I think some people would benefit from it as far as like making time to paint and stuff like that. Not as a criticism in any way, just that I noticed that it can help some people. Granted, I will say this: you don't want too many people in a painting group hangout either. Like if you have too many people, it can be uh, it can be distracting and difficult to talk. So it's a balancing act. That's funny. That kind of reminds me of the shape of Texas. Not going to in a minute, but right now it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. All right. I too am fading. I'm going to be ending soon. The reason I like preheat my exit is because there's such a delay on the chat that I like to say like goodbye way early so that I have time to, you know, to address anything that comes up in chat in between that. You never know. Cody says, same here, gotta call it a night. Yeah. Have a good one, Cody. It was good hanging out with you. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, quick reminder to anyone who is watching or watching the restream. I will be streaming tomorrow night. I know it's kind of an odd hour for some people, but I should start around like 8:30 um, for what's it called? Central Time. I know that's late for a lot of people, and that is totally understandable. But what can I do? I got to do it after work, so that's when that's when I can. Unless you want to see me as a zombie, in which case I could do it before work. But um, no, thank you. I'm not a morning person, so just gonna leave it with a no, thank you, and it'll be after work. So Monday and Wednesday night I stream, and then Sunday day I stream. All right, friends. I am calling it a day for streaming. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate the company. Um, hope to see you around again. Questions are always welcome in the comments on YouTube if anyone watches this after the fact. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one. Wait, have a good one.